Sixth place, and that is Vancouver. Oh, this is the Goldeneyes in sixth place. Here's the shock. Right, here we go. Strap yourselves in, because this is going to be a lengthy one. Oh, we've got so much we can say about the Goldeneyes, but we'll try. But we'll try not to make it as lengthy as you might think. Right, so the Goldeneyes have played 16 games. And throughout that, they have got 19 points on the card. From a record of 5-1-2-8 for a 0.396 points percentage. Scored 31 goals, given up 39 goals. Right, lady, what's gone wrong for Vancouver? Why are you coming to me first? Because you spent the entire summer singing their praises. Okay, fair dues. Yeah, fair dues, I did. Well, I think this is the big shock, apart from Boston. Yeah, this is the big shock so far of the season. Because the Goldeneyes, pretty much, if you're looking to build a roster in the PHL, the Goldeneyes did absolutely everything right. Yeah. They got it all right. General manager, primary venue, coach, roster, team name, branding. This one can't stop drawing over every time we watch Goldeneyes home games. Yeah, he can't. Now, they got everything right. And yet, when you get the actual net result, it's not working. Now, it's not working. And yet, 4 years ago, Brian Adolski was a coach at the Olympics. He coached Team China. He coached the host team, which did include Mikhail Kappa, who's just recently been shifted over to Ottawa. Yeah. So, it just, yeah, because I think on paper, we all three would agree that Vancouver could be the one that might potentially dethrone us. I think us three looked at and think, right, even if one expansion team would be able to make the World Cup finals this year, it would be the Goldeneyes. Because you look who they took on that roster, they basically, in expansion process and then in free agency, they basically went and gouged the two teams that made the World Cup finals in 2025. First, they went for us in the expansion process, taking out Claire Thompson and Sophie Jakes literally back to back. Yeah. And then the free agency, they go to Ottawa and go for Little Miss Bitey, yeah, alongside Erin Mashmeyer, who they also took the exclusive signing window. Yeah. So it's like, so straight away, you could see what Vancouver was doing, because clearly this was a team that wanted to basically make themselves World Cup contenders from day one. So you can see what they were doing. Yeah, and it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked because they've recently just took part in that big trade with Ottawa, which saw both Mikhail Kappa and Brooke McQuaid, because they took from us. They're now in Ottawa. I firmly believe that Ottawa has won that trade. I firmly believe Ottawa has won that trade. And we'll see. And because that trade happened so late in the first half of the season, it's not really going to be until the second half of the season we're going to see that more effective. Yeah. So, yeah. It just, I know. So I think we all thought that Vancouver would be where Boston are right now. Yeah. So, and it's not worked. So, and could that largely be to the fact that on the road, and I'm about to go cutthroat. It's the only way George can be honest. Let's face it, Vancouver on the road have been shit. He told you he wasn't going to sugarcoat. They've been crap, shit, whatever you want to call. I mean, and particularly those first few road games, yeah, it was woeful. Yeah, I mean, they only scored, 2 goals combined in a 3-game road trip to Ottawa, New York, and Boston. Yep, it was embarrassing. Literally embarrassing to watch, and we're Frost fans. Yeah, it was literally just because look, this is a team that should be heavily favoured to be the World Cup finals, and yet they are not scoring of those theatres, plus the Boston game, they got heavily outshot. Was it at one point after the first or second period they had, what was it, like 8 shots? Yeah, and Boston about 26. Yeah, it was like, what is going on here? But then again, it is Boston. You're not going. It's very hard to get shots past Aaron Frankel. Yeah, but still, that was just, yeah. I mean, but seriously, if I think Goldeneyes fans, I think should be embarrassed of those first few road games because that was just dreadful. Yeah. I think they've only got one road win. No, 2. Both on Take Up a Tour games. We're the home team for Denver. Yeah. Oh, I'm so confused. I know. I think we all got a bit confused going into Denver. Who was the home team for that? Because that. Yeah. But no, it was the Toro. The Toro was the home team for that one. So yeah. So Vancouver's only got 2 road wins so far, and they're both on Take Up a Tour games, but they do technically still count. I know. So confusing. Yeah. Seattle actually hasn't done very well in the Take Up a Tour. Nah, they got 1 win. Nah. In fact, Vancouver's last road win, so on that Take Up a Tour game, that's the first game on the tour where there was more than 1 goal decided the winner. Yeah. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, on home soil they are outstanding. They've only lost 1 game in Pacific Coliseum. Yeah, so they currently only have 2 home losses. One was to Montreal, which was strictly final. Yeah. And the other home loss they suffered was obviously on the Take Up a Tour game to us in Edmonton. Yeah. But that does still class a home game because you were designated the home team for that night. And then we watched K-pop. Afterwards. We did. It was a very long night because I then had a late face-off with Sarze in Vancouver. So we thought, should I get around to watching K-pop? So we did. Loved it. So Vancouver have been... Right, it's very interesting how Vancouver, like both the Big 12 and the Fleet we're going to get onto, have been outstanding at home. But you compare that to the road, and it's complete eyesore. It's a complete just like, what the hell are you doing? Yeah. And it just... Now, can I ask my partner the question here? Yeah. So obviously you mentioned with Tio how you were unimpressed how Lashley they couldn't find a way to shine out that Spooner. Yeah. Obviously Sarah Nurse suffered that injury that took her out for a large chunk of this first half. Mm-hmm. Do you think that was a key factor or no? I don't think it would have made a complete difference if Sarah Nurse was in the lineup or not. With that, if she did that or not, I think Vancouver still probably would have struggled because they are like Seattle. They are a brand new team. But I think if she had been in the lineup, then the struggles won't have been so blatantly obvious to see. Yeah, because every time Vancouver made mistakes, they have been basically very obvious to see through the naked eye. Yeah. Okay? It's just painstaking to see that. Look, yeah, that's what we do. Whereas, of course, Seattle is more of a tight-knit group. Okay, they've been more 2 falters in and there, but they've been more of a tight-knit group than Vancouver have been. Just at the end of the day. Yeah, at the end of the day. That's how I feel about that. Yeah, but it just... But I don't feel that it's Sellers being ill at the level would have made a difference. I still think Vancouver will struggle, but it might have been not as bad as it is. And it might... They might have then be where R is, so on the outside looking in. But no, I don't think it made that big of a difference. And it's really frustrating for Vancouver because obviously you've got a great coach in Brian Adaski. And of course, of the 3 coaches that were hired in the summer, he was the only one that had prior experience coaching women's hockey. And I mean, we felt really good about that because we felt like that's what Vancouver kind of needed, given the star-studded roster they had assembled. Yeah, and also has got Olympic experience. Yeah, because he coached in the last Olympics. You know, he literally 4 years ago was at the Olympics. Yeah. So you got somebody who, okay, Chad didn't do great in that tournament. In fact, yeah, I'll look it up. Yeah, because obviously I'm in the middle of doing some recaps. of the last tournaments. Yeah, so I could actually bring it up. Just for like a comparison's sake. So, maybe 2 seconds. Are those recaps going up? They will be up in the run up to February the 4th. Okay, so yeah. So they will be going up. It's going to be a very mammoth week of terms of shows. This week, with as we are now pretty much now in the final home stretch towards Milano. No, but this first week of February you're going to get a lot of episodes because we need to do, because obviously we've got a bit all before we go on pause. Before Milano. Right, so I've got it now. So China in that year finished 9th. That was the first games with 10 teams in, and China finished 9th. So then did 2. Okay, not great, but it wasn't as bad as you might think it would be, because they actually did quite well. Got 2 wins and but anyway. Yes, in the 9th. So he was there for that team in Beijing and actually did do okay. I mean, you managed to get 2 wins out in tournament, what would be very tough competitive field. So you'd have thought he would be able to use that experience in the PHR, but it's not working. No, it's not working. It's just like, what do you do? What do you do? So I don't see him or Steve O'Rourke getting fired in year 1. Oh, you changed your tune. Because I remember you did say when Steve O'Rourke was hired, you said watch out because he might not last. But I don't, unless something major happened or they choose to leave it their own accord, I don't think they're going to get fired after just their first season. Okay, I think they will hang around for a little bit and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, with Vancouver, it's a mystery, not just because they're an expansion team, but because they were seen as the pre-season favourites to basically run away with this league. Yeah. Literally just to run away with this league and pretty much get to the World Cup finals. And maybe do what we did. Yeah. Yeah. Which, I don't think that would be bad if one of those two were to do it, because obviously it has already happened. Somebody in the PHL has already won the World Cup in their first season, so it has happened. So I don't know why people are getting a bit upset about that, if that was going into the summer, if that was going to be the case. But, I mean, right, they've got 19 points. They're currently 5 points out of the playoffs, because the team in 4th place has got 24 points. So they're currently 5 points out of the playoffs. That's just 2 regulation wins, and you're back in the frame. So realistically, actually mathematically, the Goldeneyes are actually out. No, they're not actually out. No, it's just you need to start playing better as a team. Yeah, you just need to start playing better as a team, and you could be there because as Matchman I think is doing really well. Yeah. I agree. I'm not sure how well Campbell's done, but I think, I agree, Matchman has done well. Yes, I think she is the starter for Vancouver. Yeah. That definitely she's the starter for Vancouver. Yeah. So, she's playing quite well, as we all expected she would. And she did play a crucial role in helping Ottawa be in the mix for the playoffs. It's just unfortunately that injury happened, and then when we know what the rest is history, to say. Yeah, rest is history. Yeah. So, they just need right. You try to talk about with Seattle in terms of chemistry. I'm going to go call it with Vancouver. I'm not really seeing the chemistry with Vancouver. The lines are not sort of gelling. Okay, they're just not clicking, gelling. you will call it. It's just they're not working. No, they're not working, and maybe this trade was needed. Yeah, but who needed it more though, Vancouver or Ottawa? Because yeah, Ottawa had a slow. We're going to come on to it in a moment. Ottawa had a slow start, but they managed to pick themselves up again. Whereas Vancouver, it was just going nowhere. So who do you think really needed this trade more, Vancouver or Ottawa? I think Vancouver need it more because they need to make a change somewhere, and clearly thought right. But seriously, who you shit? Yep. Really? Yeah. Really? I know. Crazy. I know. Crazy. Yeah. So I think Vancouver need it more, but have they really had an opportunity to gel yet? No. But like I said, this trade happened so late in the first half of the season. We've not had that many opportunities to see it brilliant in action. It's going to be the second half we're going to see that this trade more effective. Yeah, but who knows? Who knows? I'm actually struggling of what to say here. I'm literally trying to let you two see the bulk of this one because I really don't know what to say. I'm that speechless by Vancouver's performance so far in this first half. I honestly don't know what to say in response to it. I genuinely do not know what I should be saying right now on the camera. I don't know. Or on the microphone. I really don't know. So, and yeah, I don't know what to make of their second half because, well, they have got a 5-game homestand coming up, and isn't nine of their main 14 because they missed this last night. 9 of their main 14 games are on home soil. So if they could replicate what they did in the first half at Pacific Coliseum, how many? I'll check it in a moment. Let me make a point. If they could replicate what they did in the first half, then that could really help because their road performance is going to be shocking. How many times are we going to Pacific Coliseum? Because I'm so confused. I'll look it up now. I know. I'll look it up now. Okay. So you want to go to our schedule? Yeah. Do it that way. Yeah. So we just need to look this up because there's been a lot of confusion about how many times we go to Pacific Coliseum or not so far this season. So I'm just going to do a quick look up on that. Because it really has been bothering Plateau. It's been so confusing. This is what happens when you make Wildcard games against one expansion team to take a Batorgo. It just throws it out the kilt. Right. Okay, so we're looking at probably March, maybe. Okay. The 21st of March is our first trip to Pacific Coliseum. So the day after we come back. Yeah. Because we'll probably land about lunchtime on the. Because obviously we fly back from Minneapolis on the Thursday, which is the 19th. But we won't land probably till lunchtime on the 20th. So it's the day after we come back. What time is it? It is. Oh, it's going to be early start. 3 p.m. Eastern. That's about what? 8 o'clock our time? 9 o'clock our time? Yeah. Ooh, it's going to be an early one. Ooh. Might still be jet lagged, but anyway. And of course, we then have our second Pacific Coliseum on the last day of the season. Still, the time's not confirmed. There we go. That cleared up now, boy. Yeah, thank God. It's been so confusing, especially this course 30 does not divide 1 into 7. Anyway, yeah, I just feel like Vancouver, you are really underperforming. You're not playing as well as you should be. Let's just face it, you're not. And what do? It's Claire Thompson, so they haven't really had that many goals either. No. It's been Uzi Daniel who's been the surprise factor for them. So I think she's trying to make a case of why you maybe should protect me when an expansion rolls around again. But it's like, yeah, you're right, because Sophie Jakes, Claire Thompson, who they literally went and got in quick succession, they've not done well either. And Michaela Camper, who they got eventually, she clearly did not do well either, because obviously she was part of the trade, and so was Brooke McQuigg. You know, it's just. So hang on, have Vancouver given back or given away all the players they took from us in the expansion draft? Yeah. Yeah, because it was McQuigg and Shisaba who they took in the expansion draft, and of course Thompson and Jakes were excluded someone else. Yeah. So basically, Vancouver's now not got any other players they took from us in the expansion draft. Awkward pause. What? Well, I thought Plut was about to then go and quote Friends. I'm going to Google who actually says that quote, because Plut has mentioned it so many times in this first time. I'm just going to quickly Google who says it. It was Ross. It was Ross. I knew that would be a David Sure thing to say. I knew it would be. It was Ross. It was right. You've been quoting that non-stop ever since we got her back. I didn't start it. Tessa did. Don't blame this on Jocks and Gels. They quoted it, and you've not let it go since. Oh god. When we get to protection lists, I'm already going to put her on. I'm going to fight to put her on. What, if it costs us to do it? Yeah, I'm going to, because I think we can't take the risk of what happened. Okay. Right. Anyone got any final thoughts, or should we go to hopes and predictions? Okay. So, I want to start this time. Because my hope is, and I think we're probably going to share, so I'm going to just take it out of the way and let you two try and think for yourselves. My kind of hopes for this second half of the Vancouver Goldeneyes is to basically get more road wins. Told you we knew we were going to be on the same page, because obviously, yeah. Their road performance is crap. As Lady said, it has been embarrassing. And if you want to stand a chance to one day win a playoff series, you need to find ways to win on the road to give yourself the chance to then potentially be in a position in the series where you can then win the series and move on to the next round. So, but that's my hopes, is that the Goldeneyes can get some more road wins going forward. Right, so you two got to think for yourselves now. Right, I've actually got one. Okay. We know Seattle got a jailbreak goal. Yeah. Have Vancouver got one? I don't know. Right. Well, that's going to be my hope then. If they have already got a jailbreak goal, that's my hope then for going to set on is to get a jailbreak goal. Because the penalty kill needs to be rock solid. And you've got to see them generate momentum on that as well as your power play. Right. So that's my hope for. That just leaves you to think of something. Yeah. The trade? Yeah, my hope. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Because I think what was going to say about Ottawa, so yeah, go for it. My hope is they obviously that the players that they traded for find ways to slot into the roster and be able to be productive compared to what they lost. That's going to be my hope going forward. Okay. Good.